Look, all I'm saying is if we get a movie like this already so far in the new year, or in like mid-January, it's gonna be a good year. Let's talk about Bad Boys for Life. So Bad Boys for Life, of course, stars one of the most infamous duos ever in cinema, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. They are back and they are charismatic as always, as ever. They just work, always. Now, some people didn't like the first two movies because they were just dumb. That's fine, I totally get it. I personally am a fan of them because they're dumb. But their chemistry together is as if they are actual, like, brothers. They're like best friends. They work, no matter what, they work. They haven't lost a step. They still bounce off one another well enough, like, their jokes still land, their humor sticks with one another, and they just work, okay? That's all I can say about them. They still work. And of course, we got a bunch of new characters in this film that worked really well. They actually bounce off well enough on Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's humor. They interact with one another, and they all have actually really good chemistry. I can say that confidently. And of course, this one isn't directed or produced by Michael Bay at all. So you definitely have a different feel in this film. This definitely feels like one of those FXX TV shows like Atlanta, okay? It has that kind of music, cinematography vibe, and it feels like it's from different directors. You can feel it, okay? They try to stay with some of the Michael Bay-isms of the original two films. They try to put them in there, you know, some of the design and all that. But you can totally feel that this is from a new team, that this is from a new set of directors, producers that are trying to do something new, something different from the first two, and it still works. Now, is this the better one out of the three so far? Maybe. Let's talk real quick about what I liked. I liked the action, okay? The action was there. It was for a Bad Boys film. Thank God they kept it rated R, because if they went PG-13, they would have ruined it. They would have destroyed the Bad Boys name and just eliminated the whole series forever, because that's what happened to Expendables. The dialogue was well enough in some parts. Some of the lines, like from the villains, were a little cliched. The villain wasn't actually bad in this one. I'll give credit to where credit's due. The villain was actually a decent villain with decent motivation and decent actions. Now, one of the villains needs therapy. No spoilers, don't worry. As mentioned earlier, this film tried to do its own thing, okay? It tried to establish its own as a standalone film, and it works really well as a standalone film. Some of the action was over the top, because look, there's this thing about like old 90s action films or like early 2000 action films, where as they go on and throughout life, they transition to a different genre, okay? They start off as action and then kind of buddy cop situation, but somehow they all end up in the same location. They are now basically superheroes. I don't know how it happened. I think it's the superhero era. It's just made everybody think, oh, you know what, let's make this guy indestructible. Literally, it's a whole ordeal with me, really. These guys go ham. These guys go heavy. They're like 50s maybe. This one takes place 25 years after the first one in their storyline, basically in the same years as this time period. And they started out in their 20s, and then by the second one they were in their 30s, and now this one they're definitely in their 50s, okay? And it's like, how are y'all still going? One of them wants to retire, one of them wants to die in the line of fire. That rhymed. And they're really pushed, okay? This is basically a Fast and Furious standalone film at this point. I wouldn't be amazed if they called it Fast and Furious Bad Boys for Life. I would totally still watch that. But when it's all said and done, it's still really entertaining. It's still action-packed. It's still to the limit. Like, they still have their faults, and they still weaken when they're supposed to, especially when the story demands it. They can take hits. Like, there's some of the action here, I'm just like, no, you're down. You are down. You're dead. No, you're dead for sure. But again, you can throw that all away because the action is over the top, sure, but it is a Bad Boys film all the way. Throw logic out the window, like some people were in the movie, and just go for it, okay? Just sit back and relax, because this is one of the better Bad Boy movies. And it's coherent, it's logical, it doesn't try too much, it doesn't try to overstay its welcome. I think it stays its welcome long enough and well enough where it's, yes, I'm gonna enjoy this. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it again. Which transitions into my rating. What? Bear with me if you will, okay? I was hesitant about this at first. I really wanted to give it lower because I thought it deserved lower, but I'm gonna give it this rating because I think it deserves it because of how long it made us wait and how well it presented itself and how well it just did. It surprised me. I'm gonna give Bad Boys for Life 4 out of 5 stars. You can hate me if you want about that rating. You can be like, oh, you're just a fanboy, geeking out. Maybe. But if you want to talk about it, comment below. Let me know what you think about my review. Let me think about what you thought about the movie if you saw it, okay? Let's have a conversation about it. But this is how I felt about the film. I liked it, and I'm definitely going to buy it on 4K probably. Today's unofficial sponsor is Denny's. Whether you want to order a Grand Slam and wait 45 freaking years for it to come out and it's still wrong, or when you want to order a Grand Slam and wait for a Hitman, so you can kill your next door neighbor who won't leave you alone. I didn't touch your flowers, Debbie. Go to Denny's, but remember, you always end up there, one way or another. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to hit that like button, okay guys? For quick to read, easy reviews that are 1 to 2 sentences long, check out my Letterboxd account, link in the description below. Right there, click it, click away. Clicky, clack, 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 click. I hated that. And as always guys, thank you for watching.